All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We'll be doing a sound check momentarily and should be broadcasting soon. Copyright Polk Christian School, 2490 West Tower Drive, Bolivar, Missouri. Stop by our school to see what we are doing to provide a Christian education for students in our area. All rights reserved. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live at Clinton, Missouri. We are at Clinton Christian Academy and their annual tournament. Every year, shortly after the new year, Clinton hosts a tournament. This is the home of the CCA Patriots, as their logo on the center of the floor would indicate. And we are running a partial studio today because we brought power with us in a box, and so we're not running a camera that's pointing directly at the clock, so we don't have a clock on the screen full time. And we will have a scoreboard on screen. Let me get that turned on. Alright, so the scoreboard is on, but we're running that from a separate device away from the studio, and it's just feeding to the internet, and then we're pulling that into the studio remotely. So we're under a minute from tip-off. This game is the TLA Tigers versus Polk County Christian School Knights. I'm sorry, not Tigers. This is the TLA Black Knights wearing the white jerseys with black lettering, versus Polk County Christian School Knights. That's going to be a struggle, so I think I'm going to try and go with TLA. Calling the white team TLA. Or possibly just white. Maybe we'll go with white and green. You're watching PCCS TV. All right, it's time for tip-off, 6-minute quarters. This is the first quarter. And green gets the tip-off, tips it to white. White ends up with it, and first shot on the board, 2 points for white. All right. Green puts the shot up and missed it, and ref calling timeout for a shoelace. All right, score is 2-0. White on top. It's White's ball in their backcourt. 42 pass the ball into 22. 22 bringing the ball down for White. Gets it over to 13 on the near side, down to 23 in the corner. Back up intended for White, but that was Phoenix Russell intercepting the pass. And there's a whistle on White 23. White's going to sub in 41 for 23. Green ball on the near sideline. Phoenix Russell bringing it into Ankrum. Ankrum bringing the ball across back over to Russell. And Russell dribbling around, taking it to the far side. Bounce pass intended for Collins. Russell ended up getting the ball tipped back to him and took it and drove it into the paint. And there's a whistle on White. Russell going to the free throw line, putting it up for 2. First shot's a miss. Second shot is good. Nothing but net. Beautiful shot. All right. White's bringing the ball back down. 22. Intended for 42. It was tipped apparently out on green. 2-1. White ball. They're bringing it in up to 22, I believe. Yep, he puts the shot up. It's short. And 41 got the rebound, put it back up, missed the shot. And that's Russell with the rebound. Russell making a fast break down along the sideline. And he's going to slow it up. Passes it inside to Collins. Collins, the ball's out of bounds on the baseline. Looks like possession goes to White. No, it was out on White was the signal. So Gonzalez bringing the ball in to Russell. Russell's in the corner and looking for a teammate to pass it to. Gave it to Miles. Miles Ankrum. Miles passing it inside, and White tipped the ball, and it's a jump ball. Possession goes to Green. Another shoelace. Ref's taking a break for that, and White calls a timeout. First timeout of the game. When we come back, it'll be green ball, I believe. 2 fouls for White. No fouls for Green. Folks, you're watching PCCS TV. This is middle school boys basketball at the Clinton tournament. Immediately following this game, we'll end this broadcast and start a second broadcast for the girls' game, and that'll be PCCS Knights being hosted by, I believe it's Clinton Christian Academy at the girls, on the girls' schedule. And then we'll be done broadcasting for the day. We'll probably be about out of power by then. Yeah, so the next game is the Patriots hosting the PCCS Knights. All right, green ball on the baseline under their own basket. Collins bringing it in to Russell. Russell puts it straight up, missed the shot, and it's out on, well, I thought it was out. Apparently not. Russell gets the ball and jump ball. Too many defenders around him. Somebody got a hand on it, but no foul. Folks, I can't emphasize this enough. I don't know the rules, and I don't know the calls very well, so I'm handicapped in what I can do, but you'll never hear me question or argue with what the refs say because I really don't have a clue. All right, 41 has the ball. Pass it to 42 for the White. 42 puts it up. It's good for 2. It's now 4-1. Clemens brings the ball into Russell. Russell bringing it down. Russell over to Ankrum on the near side. Ankrum going to pass it back up top to Russell. He's driving down to the free throw line. Puts the shot up. Missed it. And 13 got the rebound. Puts it out to 12. White 12. Nope, 42. 42 across to 22. Down to 41. Driving in toward the paint. And gives it to 43. It's now on the other side of the paint. And 42 puts the shot up. Missed it. 22 goes for the putback. Gets a 2. And he's going to the free throw line for the end 1. Score is 6-1. Mr. Skinner subbing in for the Knights. He's coming in for Mr. Clemens. And looks like 42 taking a break for the White team. The end 1 is good, so it's 7-1. Gonzalez brings the ball in. Hands it over to Ankrum to bring it down. Ankrum over to Collins on the far side. Collins driving down to the baseline. He's going to take it out to the corner. And looking for a pass. Passes it inside to Ankrum. Turns around and shot. Almost in. 13. White gets a rebound. Gives it over to 52. 52 over to 22 to bring it down. 22 meeting Russell at the front. And over to 23 on the far side. Pass it inside to 22. Puts it up. Missed the shot. And Collins with a rebound. Jump ball. 43 had a hand on that. And possession goes to Green. Ankrum bringing the ball into Russell. Russell's going to bring it down for the Knights. He's slowing it up, swinging it over to the other side, up top, coming back to the center. Now to the near side. Bounce pass to Ankrum. Ankrum working his way down to the corner. Turns around. No shot. Puts it up to Russell. Russell, intended for a Knight, but there was a White player there at the moment. And they send it across. Missed the shot. It's over the basket, and there's a foul, I think, on the floor. Ref says green. I'm not sure what the number was. Might have been 1-2. And White bringing the ball in. 13 intended for 23. He ends up picking it up off the floor. Gives it to 22. 22 inside to 43. Outside to another, to 13. Missed the shot. It's now out to 23. Inside to 43. Puts up a jump shot under the basket. And it's good for 2. It's 9-1. Gonzalez passed the ball into Ankrum, to Russell. Russell's bringing it down. Russell over to the far side and long bounce pass, and the White team takes it. And they got an open player, send it down court. It's to 22, puts it up, missed the shot, and White gets the rebound. And loose ball is on the floor, but there's a whistle. I think it's White ball, not sure. I'm on the wrong side of the court, folks, and I can't see the numbers the ref is showing. But it is White ball. 52 bringing it in for the Black Knights. And pass it into 43, and he puts it straight up for 2. It's 11-1. Gonzalez bringing the ball into Russell. Russell bringing it down. Over to Miles Ankrum. Miles cross court to Collins on the far side. Collins putting the shot up, drawing a foul. Zach Collins going to the free throw line, shooting for 2. We got 1:40 seconds left in the first quarter.
Let's go, Zach.
Zach Collins' first free throw was a miss off the front of the rim, but close. And Knights are going to sub in. John Clemens coming in for Miles Ankrum, and Beckham Stanford coming in for Jonah Skinner. And second free throw is a miss. 52 chased the loose ball down, picked it up. 22. Passing it over to 41 on the near side. 41 back up top to 22, going for a three-point effort. That's a miss, but Beckham got the ball. Beckham Stanford with a rebound and a foul on White. 5-2. Beckham Stanford with a good rebound there. Beckham bringing the ball in to Russell. Russell's bringing it down for the Knights, 11-1. 1:14 seconds left, and there's a whistle. There was a push. I didn't see it. I'm not arguing it, folks. I was watching the ball, and it wasn't the ball handler. He was by himself. All right, 41 bringing the ball in for White. Over to 22. 22 bringing it across. Down to 41 in the corner. Passes it inside to 52, who's open. Missed the shot. 43 with a putback. Missed that. And 52 got it again. 43. All right. Ball's out. 41's got it. White's still in possession. Passes it inside to 43 over to 52. Missed the shot. And there's a foul. 1-2. Russell. I think 1-2 or 1-3. I think it must have been 1-2. I'm not sure, folks. Doesn't matter who the foul was on. It was on the Knights. 5 fouls for the Knights. 52 at the free throw line, shooting for 2. First shot's a miss. Second shot is a miss, and the ball's out. And possession goes to Green. Beckham Stanford bringing the ball in for Green. Passing the ball over to Russell. Phoenix Russell bringing the ball down. Russell swinging it to the near side. He's coming back up top. And passing it over to Collins and stole the ball. 41 stole it and making a fast break. Puts shot up and it's good for 2. 13-1. Clemens bringing the ball into Russell. Russell bringing it back down. Russell swinging it back around to the far side. Hand off to Collins. He's going to take it over to the far side too. Bounce pass to Russell. Russell coming into the paint and drawing a foul. And I think he may be going to the free throw line. 2-3, I think, for the foul on White. Phoenix Russell at the free throw line. Score is 13-1 with 3 seconds left in the first quarter. Free throw is a miss.
Hey, let's go, Phoenix.
Second free throw is a miss. J.R. Clemens with the rebound. Pass it over to Gonzalez, and there's the buzzer. That's the end of the first quarter, so we're going to the second quarter action. And the score is 13-1. Are you? All right, quick shout out to the volunteers for Pccs. We've got Coach Brian Gray coaching the boys basketball team, and he's being assisted by an assistant coach. I can't tell who that is at the moment. And then we've got Vanessa Gray, photographer for the team over there, and statistician Heather Hale at the far end of the bench. All right, White brings the ball in. Second quarter action. 42, pass it inside. They missed the pass, and Clemens picks up the loose ball, gives it over to Russell. Russell passing to Collins. 42 with the White team steals the pass and gives it to 22 to bring it across for White. White back over to 42. He's got the ball up top. Swinging it around to the far side, down to 22. Back into 42. 42 driving inside, pass the ball to 53. And Gonzalez with a beautiful tip on that attempted shot. Did not foul and took possession. Good to see that. Ball's over to Russell. Apparently slid a foot and got called for a travel. And 42 bringing the ball back down for White. Into 13. 13 out to 22. Back up top to 42. 42 over to 41 on the near side for a three-point effort. Missed the shot. And Zach Collins with a great rebound there. Over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez over to Russell. Russell bringing the ball up top. Passing it to Miles Ankrum on the near side. Miles swinging it up top. Passing it to Russell on the near side. And Russell swinging it back up top again. Back over to Ankrum on the near side. He's driving inside. Had an open lane but couldn't get a shot up in time. Passing it over to Russell. Russell down to Collins. Drives down to the paint. Passes it inside to Gonzalez. And Gonzalez puts the shot up, but it was tipped and he got his own ball. Possession goes to Knights after a jump ball. Collins going to bring the ball in for the Knights. Straight over to Ankrum on the near side. Ankrum puts shot up and so close. And there's Gonzalez almost had the rebound. 52 picked it up, made a fast break, put the shot up, missed it. 42 gets a rebound, and there's a foul. Looks like White's going to the free throw line, shooting for 2. I think that was on maybe Phoenix Russell, I'm not sure. Score is 13-1. First free throw is good, 14-1. .42 on the free throw line for White. Second free throw was a miss, and White followed the shot, got the rebound, put it back up, missed it, and the ball's loose on the floor and out on White. Green ball. And Clemens bringing the ball in, gives it over to Russell. Russell bringing the ball down for the Knights. Over to Ankrum on the near side. Ankrum, number 20. Back up to Russell on this side. Russell out to Collins. Collins driving in to the paint and draws a foul. I'm not sure if it was before the shot. Collins bringing the ball in for the Knights. Into Ankrum. Well intended for Ankrum. 41 stole the inbound pass. So it's White ball. 52. Passing it down court to 13. 13 to a White player under the basket. And miss the shot. And they steal it back after we rebound it. But we steal it back. Russell's got the ball. He's bringing it back down. Driving it around to the far side. He's down to the corner. And he's got... Oh, looks like Green had a lane violation maybe. In the lane for more than, I think it's 3 seconds. I'm not sure if it's 3 or 5, but anyway, you can't just stand in there. That's one of those things. I'm kind of familiar with it, but I don't know to watch for it like these refs do. Okay, White ball over to 41. 41 inside to 23 on the free throw line. He gives it out to 13. Put the shot up, missed the shot, and the ball's tipped out of bounds by Green. So it's White ball. 41's going to bring it in for White. 14-1 at the moment. 3 minutes, 12 seconds left in the first half. 22 bringing the ball in. Over to 41 in the corner. Jonah Skinner providing some defense there. 41 goes, puts shot up, missed it. And White gets the rebound, puts it back up. That was 13 on the shot there. Clemens bringing the ball into Ankrum to bring it down. Ankrum intended for Collins on the far side, and 22 stole the ball. Pass it down court to 52, who's open, and it's good for 2, 16-1. Ankrum bringing the ball into Collins. Collins bringing it down for the Knights. Collins passing it inside to Gonzalez. Gonzalez passing it out to Collins, and White steals the ball. They're making a fast break. 22 passing it down to 23, who's open. Puts a shot in, good for 2, and it's 20-1. Timeout. All right, folks. And so it looks like our actual middle school coach is Mr. Ankrum. Yep, Mr. Ankrum is coaching, and he's being assisted by Brian Gray. Brian's got the iPad there on his hip. He's using the iPad to feed the score to the Game Changer app. And so if you can't watch the live stream for some reason, you can follow the score live via the Game Changer app. Just search for PCCS, Polk County Christian School, and you'll find our teams listed on Game Changer. And then you can follow the teams as family or as a fan. And then you'll have access to watch our scores live during the game. Brian's usually at the games and running the score there, whether we're live streaming or not. And then I'll usually run a separate scoreboard here so it shows up on the live stream. Game Changer doesn't make that easy to use their scoreboard. It'd be nice if we could do that and just have one person managing a scoreboard. But either way, appreciate all the volunteers here for PCCS. Coach Vanessa Gray taking a lot of pictures of the teams through the day, and she'll post those pictures on Facebook. So if you go to facebook.com/Polk County Christian School, you'll be able to see photos of all our players. She usually gets them doing rebounds, shooting, free throws, and other cool stuff on the court. All right. Green ball. Collins brings it into Ankrum. Ankrum brings it across. He's swinging to the near side, and he's passing it up top to Gonzalez. Gonzalez over to Collins. Collins swinging it down to the far corner. And, well, White grabbed the ball and jumped ball. That was 43. All right, 22 brings the ball into 41, gets it back from 41. 22 bringing it across. And over to 43 on the near side, down to 52 in the corner. 52 back up to 22. 22 into 23. 23 to 52 again. Shots up, no good. And Gonzalez chasing the ball down, and he's on it. And jump ball on the floor. Possession goes to Green. Gonzalez bringing the ball in to Ankrum on the near sideline. Ankrum bringing it across. Ankrum back to Gonzalez. And Gonzalez back up top to Ankrum. He's driving in and stopping at the arc. He's going to swing it around. Now he's coming into the paint, putting a shot up. Look at that, a beautiful shot for Miles Ankrum. From inside the defenders, 1:12 seconds left in the first half. 22 bringing it down, putting up a three-point effort, and it's out of bounds on White. Green ball. 20-3. 1:06 seconds left as Clemens throws the ball into Ankrum. Ankrum bringing it down. And there's a minute on the clock in the first half. Gonzalez back to Ankrum. Ankrum across to Collins on the far side. Collins cross court to Gonzalez. Gonzalez back up top to Ankrum. Ankrum over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez looking, he's passing it back to Ankrum. Ankrum driving through, going into the midst of the defenders. Back out to Gonzalez. Gonzalez over to Collins. Collins down to the baseline, passing it out to Ankrum. He's driving in, got an open spot. Put up a shot, nothing but net. Love to see that. Good shot, 20-5. 18 seconds left in the first half. White bringing the ball down, 52 into 43. He puts a shot up and returns the favor with another two-pointer. It's 22-5. Clemens brings the ball into Ankrum. Ankrum driving down quick, giving the ball to Gonzalez, and oh, that's the buzzer. That was halftime. That's the end of the first half. So as we go into the halftime break, the score is 22-5, and it looks like we'll have a 8-minute break for halftime, folks. We're not going to stop this broadcast or pause anything. Oh, I missed it. We had some spectators getting ready to do the YMCA. And they paused the music for an announcement. It'll be right back, though. Too bad all the players up on the stage don't know the dance for the YMCA. That'd be a good show to watch them up there. There we go. The grown-ups are all showing the young players how to do it. And our mascot brought his trusty sword with him today, but he didn't bring his knight regalia. Thought he was going to do something fancy out on the court. All right, folks, we're down to 4 minutes left during the halftime break. Quick shout out to all the volunteers making the Clinton Christian Academy tournament, annual tournament, a success. They are always a great host. We love coming here. They're always very kind and generous to us. very accommodating. They even saved me a seat here this morning because I couldn't be here for the first game, but they reserved a spot for me to put up the camera and broadcast equipment right on the center court line, and so that was very nice of them. Their concession stand is always a great treat. One of the best concession stands of our year, in my opinion. So immediately following this game, we're going to switch. We'll end this broadcast and we'll start a new broadcast for the Clinton Christian Academy Patriots versus PCCS Knights. Patriots wearing white, Knights wearing green. That'll be middle school girls. That game is scheduled to start at noon. Obviously it's going to run a little bit late because the boys game is still going. But as soon as the boys game's over, we'll reset. We're going to restart the studio, reboot everything, and then we'll start a new broadcast. I'm going to check my power real quick. And it looks like we should have enough power to get through that broadcast.
This podcast is copyright Full County Christian Film, 2490 West Tower Drive, Bolivar, Missouri. Stop by our school to see what we are doing to provide a Christian education for students in our area. All right, reserved.
All right. I need to fix that 3-point logo appearing every time I turn the camera back on. I'll try to remember to do that tonight. I'm running with a half studio today to conserve power, so I don't have all my fancy widgets that run all my fancy graphics and audio. But as a general reminder, PCCS, athletes, spectators, and staff always strive to set a Christian example on and off the court at all times. And this weekend, everybody else here has done the same thing. All the other teams, all the other adults, spectators, volunteers, everybody here has done that. And that's a joy to see everybody presenting a Christian example at all times. All right, we're down to 1 minute and 29 seconds left before second half action. Good turnout here in Clinton, Missouri today. Had some weather last night as we were leaving. I was surprised to see snow on the ground. And so we ended up not going to Pizza Glen, not trying to give an ad out to Pizza Glen necessarily, but that's generally a good place to eat. So I think we're going to try that today. I had mentioned that last night. I can't give a report on that because we didn't make it. Wanted to just grab something quick and get home on the road, headed back to Bolivar. About the time we got to the Deepwater exit, the snow disappeared, but we weren't sure what it was going to do. So we'll spend a little more time in Clinton today. All right, Colcamp is back on the bench, ready for second half action, waiting for the Knights to come out from the locker room. Getting some good footage here for the awards banquet. I've got a button on my screen that is kind of small and out of the way and can be run with a half studio. So when I'm recording and live streaming, I can hit that button and it'll save the last, I think, 20 seconds of video for kind of an instant replay purpose. I don't have the instant replay set up, but I've got the recording portion of that done. I hope to have it set next year to actually use it as an instant replay. And so we're ready for third quarter action. All right, white ball, 42, over to 41 in the far corner, inside to 13. 13 over to 52 on the near side. He puts a shot up, and it's good for 2. It's 24-5. There was a foul on Green. 52 going to the free throw line, shooting for the and one. And the and one was a miss. Clemens with the rebound. Well, and there's a jump ball. 43 got his hands on it too. So jump ball possession goes to Green. And Clemens brings the ball into Russell. Russell bringing the ball down. Brings it across. He's swinging to the near side. And passing it into Collins, who's open, had some room to move. Puts a shot up, and it's good for two. 24-7. 52 brings the ball in for White. Gives it over to 42, who's bringing it across. 42 swinging it to the far side, passing down to 52 in the corner, inside to 13. And, well, there was a push. 1-4. All right, so it's White ball. Knights are up to 2 fouls already. And the 13 brings the ball in. It's on the floor, and Russell picks it up. But White ends up with it. 52 coming in along the baseline. Pass it to 42. And Knights refused to foul on that one, so they put it up and got a shot. It's 26-7. Russell bringing the ball back down. Over to Ankrum on the far side. Ankrum swinging it up top and travel. White ball. 42 bringing it back down for Kohlkamp. And down to 41 in the near corner. 41 into 13. 13 out to 43. Puts shot up, missed it, and Collins with a rebound. Clemens ends up with it, and 13 put hands on it, so it's a jump ball. Possession goes to White. 13 bringing the ball in. Pass it to 43, who's open under the basket. Puts it up for two. 28-7. Ankrum throwing the ball back to Russell to bring it down. Russell comes across and swinging it to the near side. Down to Collins on the baseline. Looked like he might have been pushed out of bounds. Yep. Ref says a block. Green ball on the Knights baseline. Collins bringing the ball in for the Knights. Passing it up to Gonzalez. The pass was a little high and Gonzalez missed it. And White makes a fast break. Missed the shot, but they got the putback. Good for two. It's 30-7. Russell bringing the ball across over to Ankrum. Intended to Gonzalez down on the side. And 42 ended up stealing it. Making a fast break, and there's a travel. He jumped for the ball, and I think one of the Knights, I missed who that was, grabbed the ball and kept him from going up with it. So he landed, and that was a travel. Gonzalez brings the ball in to Clemens. Clemens gives it to Russell to bring down. Russell over to Ankrum. Ankrum driving down to the corner. Puts the ball back up to Russell. Russell driving inside. Gives it to Collins. Puts it up for two. Missed it. Collins followed the shot. Put it back up. Ankrum gets that and goes to put it up and draws a foul on his shot. Russell going to the free throw line shooting for two. 30-7 with 3 minutes 25 seconds left in the third quarter. Two fouls on each side. Russell's first free throw is a miss. Kohlkamp sending in two subs, 23 and 22, I believe. Subbing in for 41 and 52. Russell's second free throw is a miss. 43 chases the ball down, and White takes possession. 42, long pass down court, and they missed the reception, and so it's out of bounds on White. Clemens going to bring the ball in for the Knights. Russell bringing it across. Russell slowing down up top. Bounce pass over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez back up to Russell. Russell driving inside and beats a couple defenders, and there's a whistle. Foul on the floor before any shot. I think that might have been on... I missed the number, folks, and I don't want to hazard a guess. All right, green ball under their own basket. Collins passing it into Clemens. Clemens passing it to Russell. Russell going around defender. Down along the baseline and jump ball on the floor. White ball. 13's going to bring it in for White. Gives it to 22 to bring it across. 2 minutes, 46 seconds left in the third quarter. 22 over to 42. Inside to 22. Put the shot up. Missed it. And Russell ends up with a rebound. He had some room, but had too many defenders around him. And there's a whistle. 4-2 White. I could hear that ref that time. All right, Gonzalez bringing the ball in for the Knights. Passing it in to Russell. Russell bounce pass to Collins. Collins drives into the paint, puts shot up, and it's a miss. Beckham saves the out of bounds, but White takes possession. 42 gives it over to 13. 13 back to 42. Driving around to the far side, out to 13, and back into 42, and 42 draws a foul maybe during the shot. Yeah, it looks like he's going to the free throw line, shooting for 2. And that's on one, I think, Zach Collins, I believe. Hard to see the numbers. The ref is gesturing from over here. Either way, it's on the Knights. All right, 31-7. And second free throw is a miss, and 43 got it. Went for the putback, gets it again, goes for the putback. 42 got that one and went for the putback and got the shot. Russell bringing the ball into Gonzalez. Gonzalez passing it back to Russell to bring it across. And Russell over to the far wing. He's passing it over to Gonzalez. And down to Russell. Russell driving inside. And 3 stole the ball. 42 is going to bring it across. Passes it to 23 under the basket. It was over the basket. And Jonah Skinner with a good rebound there. And Gonzalez over to Russell. Russell passing it down to Collins, and White steals the ball. White's going to bring it back. 42's got it, bringing it across. Pass it inside to 43 at the free throw line. Puts shot up, and it's good for 2. It's 35-7. A minute, 16 seconds left in the third quarter. And timeout. Timeout on Green. I think that's a 30-second timeout. Folks, if I haven't mentioned it before, we appreciate the refs being here today. We generally have very professional refs at all the games. And we appreciate that. All right. Gonzalez brings the ball into Ankrum. Ankrum bringing it across for the Knights. Knights back to Gonzalez. And Gonzalez back to Ankrum. 52 saw the pass coming, stole it, makes a fast break, puts a shot up, and draws a foul from Ankrum. They were the only 2 under the basket at the moment. So 52 going to the free throw line, shooting for 2. Score is 35-7. A minute and 1 second left in the third quarter. .52's first shot was a miss. Second shot is a miss. 43 gets the putback, and that's good for 2. It's 37-7. 55 seconds left in the third quarter. Gonzalez passed the ball into Ankrum to bring it across. Over to Collins on the near side. Bounce pass to Clemens on the baseline. And Clemens out to intended for Ankrum. 52 stole the pass, gives it over to 22 on the fast break. Missed the shot. 13 gets the ball for a putback. Clemens gets the rebound, and apparently a reach on 22 maybe. Either way, it was on white and green ball. Oh, white's got 5 fouls, so we're going to bonus. Green's going to shoot for 2. John Clemens at the free throw line, number 13 for the Knights. First free throw, close but not in. And Zach Collins going to take a breather. Phoenix Russell subbing in for Zach. Clemens' second free throw, and that one's good. That's like he practices. All right, 37-8. White ball down to the far corner. 41 passes it inside to 52. They bring it up top to 43. 43 put the shot up, and it's good. It's 39-8. Russell bringing the ball back down for the Knights. He's on the far side in the wing. He's passing it down to Ankrum near the corner. Ankrum passes it inside to Jonah. Jonah Skinner put the shot up. Going for a buzzer beater. Missed it, and there's the buzzer. It's 39-8 as we end the third quarter. We'll be back momentarily with fourth quarter action. Colcamp Black Knights hosting PCCS Knights at the annual Clinton Christian Academy Tournament. Clinton, Missouri, January 17, 2026. Appreciate you folks tuning in to PCCS TV. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/@PCCS. That's our main channel, and from there you can find all of our content, whether it's live streamed or uploaded. If you go to the live tab, you'll see anything that we've previously live streamed. But if we just recorded it and there wasn't any Wi-Fi available to live stream it, then we record it and we upload it later, and that'll be under the video tab. If you want to go directly to our live stream, just go to the same link, youtube.com/PCCS, and then add /live, and that'll take you straight to our live stream. If we're currently live, it'll open up that live video. If we're not live, it'll just show all of our past live videos. And of course, you can find us on the internet at polkcountychristianschool.org and on Facebook at facebook.com/Polk County Christian School. And I think that's the only socials we currently have set up at this time. Green ball, fourth quarter action for the Knights. And it's over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez back to Russell. And Russell's going to dribble. He's going to swing it over up to Ankrum. Ankrum back to Gonzalez on the near side. And jump ball. Possession goes to White on the near sideline. 41's going to bring it in for the Black Knights. Passing it in to 22. 22 bringing it down for White. He's swinging it over to the far side. Down to 42 on the wing. Into 52 under the basket. He puts shot up, missed it. 23 gets a rebound and goes for the putback for 2. Gonzalez bringing the ball into Russell. It's 41-8. 5 minutes, 13 seconds left in regulation play. Russell has it and brought it over to Gonzalez, and 52 stole the pass. Make it a fast break. He's wide open, puts up an easy layup, and it's now 43-8. Gonzalez bringing the ball into Russell. Russell bringing it across. And Russell slowing down up top over to Gonzalez on the near side. Gonzalez long pass intended for Ankrum. 22 stole that one. And he was open, puts up a gentle layup and gets another 2. And timeout. That's a full timeout on the Knights. Wow. Tough game. But the Knights are absolutely staying in it. They have not given up. They had a hard game yesterday. All right, 4 minutes, 38 seconds left. As soon as this game is over, we're going to end this broadcast and we'll reset the studio and get ready for the next game. That's going to be Clinton Christian Academy Patriots hosting Polk County Christian School Knights, middle school girls basketball at the middle school tournament. Shout out to all the fans who traveled to Clinton today from various locations. Cole Camp's team is on the court at the moment, so their spectators came from Cole Camp to support their team. Pccs traveling from the Polk County area, Bolivar, Stockton, and such. All right, green ball. Russell over to Gonzalez, back to Russell. Russell back to Gonzalez, back to Russell, and Russell's going to dribble over to Ankrum on the far side, back up to Russell, and Russell over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez back to Russell. Russell over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez back up top to Russell. Russell over to Ankrum on the far side. Russell down to Gonzalez on this side. Down to Russell on the inside. He's on the baseline. Passes it into Clemens. Clemens had the ball tipped away, and Gonzalez ended up picking it up, put a shot up, missed the shot, but it's out off White. So Clemens bringing the ball in for the Knights. Pass it over to Russell in the corner. Russell bounce pass inside, but 23 ended up stealing the pass. Ball's over to 22 for White, bringing it down. Taking it to the far side. Pass it at 42. 42 driving along the baseline. Getting the screen and puts a shot up for two. It's 47-8. Gonzalez brings the ball in to Russell. Russell's bringing it back across. Over to Ankrum. Ankrum back up to Russell. Over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez back to Russell. Back over to Gonzalez and Russell. Russell's up top. Back over to Ankrum. Now to Gonzalez. Gonzalez trying to drive in. And they blocked him off, and he gives the ball away before they get a hand on it. Russell down in the corner brings it out to Gonzalez. Gonzalez swinging it up. He's going to pass it over to Ankrum. Ankrum driving down, turns around, puts a shot up, no foul, and White takes the ball. They tipped it as he was shooting, but did not foul, and so 22's got the ball. And Miles batted the dribble away, gave it to Ankrum. Ankrum over to Beckham. Beckham back to Miles. Russell over to Gonzalez, and 41 put hands on the ball, and looks like jump ball. Possession goes to, I think, White. Nope. Looks like it goes to Green. Collins brings it in to Gonzalez, and too many defenders with him, but Russell stole the ball back and puts shot up. Missed the shot. White got it. 22 down. Inside to 23. 23. Wow, with a long 2-foot shot, and it's good. It's 49-8. Gonzalez brings it into Russell. 1 minute and 16 seconds left in regulation play. Russell brings the ball down, puts it over to Collins on the near side. He's inside to Russell. Russell puts shot up, missed it. 23 with a rebound. They're going to slow it up. And he's passing it to 22. 22 bringing it across. Down to 13 on the far side. Back up to 22. Inside to 52 on the baseline. Puts up a shot, and it's good for two. 51-8. 45 seconds left in regulation play. 32 bringing the ball into Russell. Russell brings it across. He's in the center. Passes it over to Gonzalez on the far side. Gonzalez back up top to Russell. Russell coming to the near side. Back over to Gonzalez. And Gonzalez back up to Russell in the center. Over to Collins on the near side. Driving into the paint. No shot. He goes for the shot, and 52 ends up taking it. So it's White ball. 22 is going to bring it down for White. Passing it down to 13 on the far side, inside to 23. 23 over to 22. 3 seconds left, and they're just going to hold the ball until the buzzer. And that's the final, folks. Thank you for watching PCCS TV. Final score, 51-8. All right, we'll be back shortly with the next game.
This podcast is copyright Polk County Christian School, 2490 West Tower Drive, Baltimore, Missouri. Stop by our school to see what we are doing to provide a Christian